Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we are going to continue our playthrough of Total War 3 Kingdoms playing as Sun Jian. And we kind of left off last episode with Sun Jian making chase after Zhang Yang and his forces, which are still in force march, but we didn't go in force march. We weren't quite able to catch them. I'm in the lumberyard itself right now, and we're going to have to keep our eye on where his direction is for Zhang Yang. Where is he headed? The other thing we have is we took over the Pengcheng Temple, and in doing so we trespassed on Gongsung Zhan, and I think I'm not going to work on trespassing again, but just because he's so unhappy or red against us, I'm gonna move this force of Sun Ce down to the border and just kind of park him there as opposed to in the city, so I have better range. If he decides to go after me, he's in the farmland. We'll see. I don't know. I feel better being on the border, and we may try seeing if I can cross the river without trespassing. I don't know if that's possible. I got to try and figure that out too. Down here we have two forces that I was going to send over to Zerong, and I'm still, at least in the short term, unless something else disrupts that, going to plan on doing that, and we are going to move them towards that goal. So we'll start out with Sun Ren, get her army forces moving up this way. We do have definitely pretty much 5 full stacks. The only challenge is our 5 stacks aren't all made up of the best troops or best highest level of troops that are known out there. So I think some of my early plans, is at least on the reform tree, I think I'm gonna have to start focusing a little more on the military side of things now moving forward, lest we fall behind in our military improvements. So there we go. Zerong, we'll see when he gets a sense of us heading his way. And then we have one more force down here that we've taken over the Badong iron mine. And speaking of the Badong iron mine, let's go into that iron mine, and I think we can probably upgrade now that we've taken it over, and at least take a little step in improving the garrison. There are enemies over that way. We're, I believe, at war with Liu Zhang. So we've got some... Yeah, we definitely got our share of enemies out there. Let's just put it that way. So we got to be aware of them as we're moving and expanding. To get back to the Han Empire and expanding with the Han Empire means I'd have to go back up and around the territory of Badong, or I can see about military access from Jialong, or just attack Jialong. I don't believe there's any alliances going on there, so it could just be someone ripe for the taking without too much trouble, and allow me to come through in a different direction to wrap up consolidating these Han Empire areas in the south with that force. So I think, in fact, we don't have movement down in Badong, so I don't have to think about what I want to do to move them. The one other thing I had noticed is we have a trade agreement. We have 5. We're only using 5 of 6 of our trade agreements. I can't remember. I think we may have checked earlier, and yeah, these maybes, I don't think they're too likely to trade with us. Tao Ying way over on the coast. Jialong, who I just told you I'm probably thinking about attacking, so it's probably not a good idea to try and trade with them. And if we negotiate for trade, I don't think Jialong's gonna go for it. So negotiating that deal is against us, 12.4, and I'm not going to pay or give anything up. So yeah, we just aren't in a position to do a trade right now. So with that all in mind, oh yeah, I remember I was looking between episodes at Sun Quan here. Very minor, but he doesn't have any accessories down here, and the clay rat, the little rat, helps his authority, even though it's small help, but it syncs up with Sun Quan's skill and authority. So we're going to go ahead and give him that rat, and then now we will move on to the next turn and see what the future brings to us. Kong Rong's forces. Okay, he's decided to move in on us. They're predicting a decisive victory by us. I don't feel like I fought a battle in a while. I think I want to sally out and fight this. It's been a little while between episodes for me, so I think I want to fight this battle out. It's a close, we'll close the map and we will start the battle. We outnumber him big time between our garrison and our main forces here. So I may just put the garrison up front, let them take soften up the enemy as he comes in for the attack, and then keep my forces in the back so they get less depleted. We'll see. We'll see if it works. Okay. Let's get our forces farther in the interior for the moment. Let the garrison wear him down. So he's kind of got a two-pronged attack going. So there's that leaves our garrison forces up against him. We'll move the spear over this way and back him up with archers. And then over here, what have we got? I think I may bring a few more archers. We've got this to hold. This to hold, and we'll bring the spear in on the back. If he shows that he's going for this undefended gate, well, we'll just slide on over. But I do want a little bit more archer protection on this side. Okay, with that in mind, we're going to keep our forces in the middle as our mobile reserve. They're not set up in any particular good or bad situation right now. We're just going to move them and react depending on how the enemy brings on the attack. So let's get in there. Kind of keeping their crossbows in the back, bringing the halberds forward. Looks like they're moving right down, straight down the middle here. So we'll bring our halberds over towards the center. something we can look at doing. We do have cavalry to send out against the trebuchets. They'll have to negotiate with the crossbowmen, but that's what they're here for.
速速前进！骑兵准备，骑兵听命，跑步！
准备开战！我军士卒仓皇逃命，真乃丧家之犬。惩治敌军，长毛兵，杀呀！
鼓起勇气，顽强不屈，刃甲不留。
弓箭！我军士兵丢盔
Bring
弃
our
甲，
archers out to see if we can get on the back side of these halberds here.
备，给我杀！射手听命，砍翻他们！
敌兵在此。
We have the cavalry seems to be heavy on this side, so we'll start moving our halberds forward.
胜利近在咫尺。众军前进！抓紧！
On this side where they're breaking through to dent because they have a lot of cavalry over there.
骑兵准备。
做好准备，向前
It's
开
time
进
to，drop back our archers.
鼓起勇气，赶快前进，箭在弦上。可悲的家伙，你根本不配活着！住口，受死吧！
我军士兵丢盔弃甲，真懦夫也！
做好准备，注意，
Okay, we've broken through on this side. We got to get our forces out of
箭
there.
手听命，赶紧走！
And they're going to try sneaking around over this way. So it's time to meet the attack on this side too.
时机已至，骑兵注意，赶快前进！
毛兵准备，进军，快跑！
挺住，片甲不留，进攻！ 上吧，你尽可做得更好。愿汝之刀锋必与汝之唇舌吧。
Spears are back against the cavalry.
骑兵就绪。
敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠辈。
Okay, bringing the archers out into the back of the halberds definitely helped. Now let's see if we can do some archers into their generals.
时机已至，
Wear them down.
射击！ 箭准备，冲啊！发射！
你似乎很是吃力，需要帮手。
若是仅凭三言两语便可免除刀兵，倒也罢了。射手准备，给我射击！
Bring all our archers against their generals.
我军士兵正在四散而逃。
做好准备，攻击敌军。
And get our generals up against those nuisance crossbowmen back there, although they aren't shooting anymore.
骑兵上马，诛灭敌军。
射手听命，赶快！弓箭手注意，万箭齐发！
看见，
友军正在遭受攻击。
是，兵听命，诛灭敌军，
鼓起勇气，杀光敌军！不要留情。
And we did hold the fort against them, as we kind of suspected we would. Now it's all about chasing down their generals to see if we can keep them from making a reappearance, especially the leader, Zhang Yang. Send him home out of this arena. Okay, we are done. Let's claim victory. And we did decisive, so we didn't let the computer down with their prediction, and we defended our territory with a decisive victory. Okay, Zhang Yan. Let's see, after this defeat, kind of a ill-advised attack on your part, but let's see, we've captured Zhang Yang. We have a clay cup potentially, where we can release. And I've kind of been playing the release game a lot on this one, even though I could pick up a clay cup, but let's do the release, not piss off even more of his friends, and I think we'll go with the ransom on this one. And that officially ends the turn. Let's get through. Gongsun signed a peace treaty with Tao Ying, so they were at battle because Gongsun took over some of Tao Ying's territory. Xinjiang and Zhang Yan has requested them to join war against. Zhang Yang. So Zhang Yan is now at war with Zhang Yang. So, oh my God, this is as bad as I have a tough enough time with tongue twisters in the English language, and now we're going to throw in another language. That's just going to multiply the tongue twisters that my mouth cannot perform. Okay, Ma Teng requested their master duchy of Zhang, which is our former best bud. He apparently passed on, and I wasn't aware of it. I just don't remember that it's changed to the Duchy of Zhang, and so they're now going to be at war with Gongdu. And then Liu Bai has vassalized Han Sui. So it means other people that were at war with Han Sui were it just makes some changes going on here because of that. So Han Sui and Liu Yao are no longer at war, and the coalition, and that's all coalition stuff, so I'm not going to go detail on that. Gongdu signed a peace treaty with Han Sui. Jialong signed a peace treaty with Liu Zhang. And we are up to a friend in need. You hear a tale of boundless courage in your ranks. And we had Qiu Shangping has been wounded, and the relationship between Sun Quan and Qiu Shangping is greatly increased. So now we're going to have to see which army Qiu Shangping is in and just see how long she's going to be injured. In fact, let's just focus in on her right this way. So she's in one of these two armies here. She looks like she's in the first one with Sun Quan. Just going to be out one turn and then won't be at full strength for a little while after that. 3 more turns, so we'll just have to be aware of that for any battles that may ensue in that time frame. And a trait has been gained by Lady Wu, and that is trustworthy. And we do have an ancillary gained of a clay axe. Let's see who might need some authority that doesn't already have some kind of a thing. In fact, she has the clay axe, so this better not be her clay axe. It better be another clay axe. But it can increase, and I'll temporarily park it down here with let's see who's lower, just to increase their satisfaction a little. Yeah, with Mamidi, I think you're going to temporarily be a new recipient of a clay axe, even though it's really not something that you need. I'd rather have you focused on cunning, but that's what's available now, and that's what we're going to use to help your satisfaction. Okay, let's continue our trek towards Zheirong, and we'll start out. Yeah, that looks like Sun Ren is the one that's activated right now, and we will move you in that direction. We still got a little replenishment going, so I'm going to keep your movement normal. And down here we don't have any replenishment going, so we can probably just speed. Well, you're already moving fast, and you don't need any replenishment other than the injured general of Qiu Shangping. So that'll get you right up. We're going to move you right up to the border. It's harvest time. See what kind of view that gets us in there. Zheirong has a force there, but it looks like we are a match for it, especially with both armies moving up. In conjunction, we have Guangling, the trade port down here, which appears to be wide open. So we may explore the possibility of splitting forces, depending on how comfortable I feel on the strength of Sun Quan to go against Zheirong. He has if I recall, he doesn't have a highly advanced as far as promotions army. We're down around the 2s and the 3s, so he's a little on the lower level compared to some of our forces. So we'll think about that next turn. Sun Ce, I think we're going to move you down. See, he has you only going over the bridge. I guess there's just no way to cross that river any other way. Nope, I can get my arrow down to the river, but when I want to go trying to cross it, it makes me go around. So right now I don't want to upset, even though we probably are a good match militarily. I'm not going to upset Gongsung Zan at the moment. And over here with Sun Jian, I think we're going to give chase to this force, see if we can knock him out of action once and for all. And we're just going to auto-resolve this one right here. Delegate the decisive victory. Oh. Talk about Bloodsplatter. We got some on that one. Oh boy. And we will look at... Oh, we did the ransom. It's not even that high that right now. We'll just do a little extra boost to recruitment. And Zhang Yan, his faction has been destroyed. That's why he went after us. He had no lands somewhere else to go to, I guess, and so he just had to go all out charge against my lumberyard here. I guess that is how it happened, or why it happened, that he kind of did that suicidal attack. He was a man without country, I guess. Lady Wu is a rival. Well, yeah, she's a dead rival right now. Well, or she's floating around a noble and she'll appear in my court. One of the two. I didn't really pay attention totally what happened to her. Let's see if I got some forces down here. In fact, Sensei, what are yours looking like? Oh, I know who I'm thinking I wanted to upgrade, and that's Jian. I'm looking at changing over a couple of. I'm going to take the lowest one, so we'll have the least impact. We're going to see if we can swap you up to some melee cavalry. I got to just choose between my mercenary cavalry or my lancer militia, and morale-wise they're pretty much the same. The only thing that these guys are is if they become entangled in melee, they're much tougher. So I got to make sure if I use the halberds that it's charge and retreat, charge and retreat, charge and retreat. But otherwise the melee power is good. So I'm going to go with the cheaper units on the upgrade here. For now, but now we got a better balance of cavalry down here. That's been bugging me. And do we have any other kinds of upgrades? We don't really have any good melee upgrades at this time, so I think that's why I mentioned earlier, got to start looking. We got some medium spear infantry available now. Good against mounted. So I may look at upgrading just to get a taste of how these units will perform. I have the funds. Let's take a look at this upgrade and switch out, because they're good against mounted also. The medium spear infantry. No, there's medium spear infantry, medium spear infantry. Now they don't have missile defense, they have missile defense, and boy, my regular spear guards just seem better. So maybe, do I have enough offensive capabilities? I'm going to take two of these halberds and just switch them out with spear. And then this one here. I think we'll do that for the upgrade here, and we'll just call that a day here. Now my next army, I only have one left that we need to figure out what we want to do, and that's right here. This army led right now by Cheng Pu, getting his feet wet, getting out of the administer positions, getting out of assignments, and he's moving on the battlefield now. Now what kind of a path, if we decided to go and move against Jialong, do we have a pathway down there to get there? Or do we have to move down the river? Okay, we have a path this way. Whoa. Little mountain pass, isn't it, that gets us up there. So we got to go through a mountain pass to get there. So let's get Cheng Pu moving down to the border. We will keep him moving at this pace just so he can replenish as he goes.
全军注意，正在行进。
And there we go. Get our orientation back. Yeah, so he'll move up through the pass, and that looks like that is this turn. So let's move on and see what the next one brings. Yuan Shou.
先不打了，暂时不打。
Zheirong all of a sudden wants peace from us. Gee, we suddenly appear on his border and he wants peace. I wonder how that works out. Now let's just double check. Zheirong, he is allied with Liu Bai and Kong Rong. And currently, we are at war with Kong Rong, but not Liu Bai, I don't believe. Where is he? Right up here at the top. Yeah, they're allied, but we are not at war with him, with Liu Bai. So I think we're just going to keep pushing it while we can here, and we're going to not sign the peace. We're just going to reject it,
实乃得陇望蜀，
because we should be able to take him over as long as we get no surprises and someone else attacking us. It makes me draw off forces. Liu Bai has vassalized Tao Ying. Oh, and I had been thinking about targeting Tao Ying over here. We'll have to see if anybody's with Gongsun Zhan and what those relations are, because I may have to come up with a path with no trespassing over there. We'll see. Something to think about in the back of my mind. Gongsun Zhan has declared war on the Han Empire. Kong Rong declared war on Gongsun Zhan, so he may be vulnerable right now. He's being attacked from more than one front, or he's attacking on more than one front, so his forces already, I believe, last time I looked at him, were a little weaker than me. So that may be something after the Zheirong to start swing north, and we already have Sun Ce up there actually, if I decided to go ahead with that. So I just got to see that I don't get myself overwhelmed with wars and battles, because we do have some people that kind of are on the fringes. It could all of a sudden appear at our doorstep with forces if we aren't careful. So finest armorer, we get a new suit of armor, so that'll be fun to take a look at. Is it anything good? It's anything average. It is good for those needing authority potentially, and it gives a nice little charge bonus. The armor base is better than some of the lower armors, so we'll take a look. We'll take a look at that. Now let's see. Qiu Shangping, what is your armor like? Oh, this might definitely be an upgrade for you. Your current armor is sitting there at a 20 armor base. We definitely going to get you more authority. We're going to, with the cost of some expertise, but I like the idea of having a little charge bonus in there for you. So yeah, we got ourselves an upgrade here. And people of merit moving through, and these generals and Qiu Shangping has returned to duty with her fresh new armor. I'm not really looking at any nobles right now, or not super interested. Obviously I do need some more to handle all my assignments that I could have, but not in a rush to add anybody on at the moment. In fact, do we have any more family coming up yet? We will. Age 6. So Sun Quan's family is still a ways off before I get my next round of family. And I'll tell you, after experiences in my Sima Ai playthrough and whatnot with spies, I'm a little... I tend to enjoy using family. I got less issues going on that way. So I'm not going to rush to add anybody, even though we can use some extra nobles in the court. We're going to stand pat for now. We got to work on my income now too. In fact, let's take a look. Is there any 2119 Changsha? We're almost up to the final level. I just need funds for it. And on certain ones I need... I think we may just go ahead and do this one. What's this over here? We may just move forward with the merchant warehouses for now, just to work on growing our income. It unlocks a resource. Ah, some entrepreneurs. Yes, I have buildings that will be needing entrepreneurs. So let's unlock our entrepreneurs and build this upgrade. It'll help both our per turn income, which we need help with, and unlock some entrepreneurs for us. Okay, so I believe we are ready to move forward now. Let's take you off forced march.
稍事休息。
Okay, Sun Quan. Balance of power seems to be in my favor, but let's see if we can get a peek if we have any knowledge of his armies. Jian Sword Guards, but overall I think we match up level 4 as far as promotions go. 4, 4.
团结一心。
Level 3, level 5. Of course, she's injured. She's still wounded, so she wouldn't be really useful there. I think what we'll do is let's move in. Move up to the border of the range without having to commit.
树木挺立，犹如诸军将士。
Yeah, let's take a look at what this would be here. It's a close defeat right now. We'll demand, what kind of a map is this? Defending the farmland, but this is farmland with defenses is what this is. So let's just demand surrender, and we will starve out at this point. If I'm going to have that kind of a battle, I definitely want them to sally out, and in the meantime, let's move reinforcements up. And then as long as he can't do night battle and battle separately, but even if I get battled separately, hopefully on an open field advantage, I can turn that slight defeat into a victory. And then up here we have Sun Ce, and I want to take, as we look at Sun Ce, let's look at Gongsun and just kind of get a feeling for who he's allied with. So is that somebody I will want to move against? Let's see. Here he is, right here. Well, he is allied with Jian, so that may not be a situation I want to push. So I may just to free up Sun Ce, who's kind of trapped and isolated in that one territory, I may just move him back down for the time being. And let's see, I'm at war with Yuan Shou too. Who's in? That's Liu Bai in between. Who's up here? Gongsun Zan up here. You know, I almost feel like I want him to declare war with me, and that's Liu Bai up here too. But Yuan Shou, I believe, we're at war with. Oh no, Yuan Shou we are not at war with. Take that back. Oh no, we are at war with Yuan Shou. I thought we were. I don't know why I thought otherwise. We are at war with Yuan Shou. And he's right up here. So I don't want to move my forces too far away for fear of him moving down. But I think what we'll do in the process is I may not hold on temporarily. I'm not too concerned about this temple territory and necessarily holding on to it. So I would rather hold on and defend over here in Chen. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so I think we're going to trespass, and if he declares war on me, that's one thing. I think if I declare a war on him, we risk drawing other people into our conflict that we really aren't interested in drawing into our conflict. So let's trespass. He'll get muy upset with us, but so be it. And Sun Jian, we're going to kind of move you down here towards the Chen farmland, and that's kind of the positions we'll take to hold the north. I'm not doing a lot of expanding in the north because I think it unlocks a lot of potential conflicts that I don't know that I'm ready for, as I'm expanding on both wings here with these guys and then down in Badong. So let's just get these guys moved over to their max. Okay, we'll just have them positioned, and we'll continue down here with our expansion plans down here. Now, where is the next city target? Right here. How far can I get towards that target is the question. We'd be coming up through this pass is what it would appear. And I wouldn't quite make it all in one turn. In fact, let's get a clear sense of that road and where the borders are. So I think what we may just do, let's move up to the border, allow that final little bit of replenishment. And we may look at a little winter offensive up here against Jialong. Yep, I think that's how we'll set it, and we'll just move a little farther forward and set up for next turn. Okay, I think we are poised. Next turn, it looks like I'm going to stop the playthrough here, just kind of looking at the time. We are poised for a nice little battle here in the Guangling farmland for next episode. We are kind of setting up defensively in the north, and I still worry about Kong Zhu sometimes in my midst. I believe he's an ally the last time I checked with Yuan Shao, who I'm at war with, and yet we're not at war with him also. So I worried about that situation, so I'd like to get this Zerong situation finished as quickly as possible, because I have a feeling something may explode down here with Kong Zhou. It was always, we were friendly for a while, but slowly that, well, no, it's not deteriorating anymore at the moment. But he is an ally of Yuan Shao, who we are at war with. So that situation over here is tenuous and could change any minute, so I don't want to get into any major conflicts, because that would leave Sun Jian and Sun Ce potentially getting sandwiched between Yuan Shao moving south and Kong Zhu moving north. So we gotta be aware of that. Gotta be aware of that and be ready to move, kind of stay nimble, not get too tied up over here. I've got one of these armies I always could release right away, and the other one could finish off as Zerong. But yeah, that's kind of how we're sitting for the next episode. It looks like we could have a lot of activity next episode. So this is ZigZagZog signing off. Come join me next time, and let's see how these battles develop and see if we can keep our expansion moving. Appreciate your watching. Thank you very much.